Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing my Amazon interview experience, the whole journey from online assessment to the final rounds, or let's say whatever the rounds whichever I gave. I will walk you through what happened, what went well, what didn't, and most importantly, what I learned. So if you are preparing for Amazon, this might give you some clarity on what to expect. So let's start with the timeline. So back in April 2025, I received the online assessment link. So I might have applied to Amazon, like I was applying to a lot of companies probably. So I got a assessment link, and in May 2025, I got a call from the HR for scheduling interviews. But nothing was finalized then, none of the interviews were scheduled, and yeah, so I had completely forgotten about this OA and whatever I gave. Okay, soon in September, I got another call, and this time my interviews were scheduled about 10 days later. So, yeah, there was a bit of waiting involved. So, essentially, two rounds were scheduled, DSA and LLD. So, round one was supposed to be DSA, and round two was supposed to be LLD. But my interviewer didn't join for the DSA round, so DSA didn't happen, and I gave LLD as my first round. So, well, in LLD, the question I was given was designer logging framework. Now, this was actually my first ever LLD round. So, from my point of view, it was really a good experience. I was able to come up with a design and communicate it clearly. Well, of course, there were gaps, and I realized that I need to be much more fundamentally clear on the design patterns. Uh, well, I fumbled a bit with the design patterns. Another big thing here was concurrency. So the interviewer expected thread safe code, and I learned that it's not just about coding. We need to know why a certain function is or isn't thread safe. So that level of clarity is really important in the interviews. Okay. So, well, overall for this round, I would rate myself 3.5 out of 5, because I believe it was a solid start. But again, there are lots of room for improvement, and I have been able to identify those gaps after giving this interview. So round two TSA happened a day later, since it was rescheduled, and honestly, this one caught me off guard. So the interviewer started with a question to design a rate limiter, and while I know what a rate limiter is, while I'm aware of the algorithms, I haven't I haven't practiced implementing the rate limiting algorithms. So I was upfront and I said to my interview that I wasn't fully aware of the algorithms. So they switched the question, and then they asked me to implement a thread safe cache with TTL. Now, well, here, I am good with designer cache and LRU cache. Okay, I can also maintain the thread safety, but I hadn't worked on the TTL thing. While I was aware of what a TTL is, and I could implement what basically I could give a basic implementation to the interviewer. I do not think the interviewer was really happy with the solution. Okay, basically their main focus was clearly on TTL, and I couldn't understand that. I spent more time implementing the LRU part. Okay, also, I think the interviewer wasn't interacting at all. Their camera was off, they were on mute, so they were barely responding to my queries. So I felt that I was only talking to myself, but this could just be me. uh, well, anyways, as I said, I was able to implement the cache functionality, but I think I missed their expectations. So for this round, I would rate myself maybe 2 out of 5, because at the end I could give them an implementation with TTL. Okay. Also, when I was preparing for the DSA round, I prepared tree and graph questions. Like, that's what Amazon asks in DSA rounds. I wasn't looking forward to such design questions. Probably I would prepare design rate limiter for an LLD round. So I was taken aback with the questions somewhere. but I believe this is a huge learning moment. Like I think for SDE-2 interviews, we must expect questions like these in DSA round as well. So anyways, let's talk about the leadership principle questions. So in each of the rounds, uh, 10 to 15 minutes were completely left for this LPs, okay, for the leadership principles. So in the LLD round, I was asked these two leadership principles. So one was, tell me about a time when there was a group decision you didn't agree with, and another was, tell me about a time where you had to choose between completing a feature on time versus doing it the perfect way. So I've forgotten the actual question, but the essence was somewhere this only. And I think I handled these pretty well. I had these answers prepared. Okay, I had prepared it while working on the leadership principles. So I could answer them, and I answered them in the star format. Okay. In the DSA round, I was asked, tell me about a time when you went above and beyond on a task. Again, I answered, okay, but I really think the interviewer wasn't engaged in the interview, okay, so it didn't feel like a good discussion. So overall, this was my experience. So both of the rounds were of an hour. In both of the rounds, the question, whatever the question I was given, I had 45 minutes to work on the question. Okay, so in LLD, the interviewer expected me to give them a basic design. Okay, so I did draw the UML, uh, and I also coded the solution. I couldn't code all the APIs, but I covered the major parts of it. Okay, and yeah, so 45 minutes were for the question, 10 minutes were for the leadership principles, and 5 minutes were for any Q&A. So I think that is the basic basic structure of an Amazon interview, because both of these interviewers follow the same structures. So yeah, overall, uh, what my takeaway is that for LLD, I mean, even though it was my first, it was really good from my perspective. So it gave me confidence, and also it showed me the exact areas where I need to improve. So the next time whenever we are preparing for an LLD question, I know what all things I should touch on, what all things an interviewer will expect from me. Okay. For DSA, also I realized that Amazon, and let's say probably other companies as well, will not just stick to lead code style problems. So we should be ready with all the design oriented problems. So yeah, I think we can start working on the design questions present on lead code, because I saw that even this thread safe cache with TTL is present on lead code. So maybe yes, we can solve them, and I can post solutions on YouTube. So yeah, again, one more important thing which I figured out is that concurrency is a big deal. In an SDE-2 interview, I cannot escape multi-threading and concurrency questions. So I have to work on concurrency and multi-threading, and we have to be super clear with our fundamentals. Well, I mean, yeah, this was about my interview. So, well, what I also think is that even if we prepare well, like I think I was well prepared for DSA. I wasn't well prepared for uh, LLD or like design questions like these. So maybe probably sometimes it's just the interviewer. Okay, so some are interactive and collaborative, and some just stay on mute the whole time. But that is something we can't control. So the only thing in our hand is to grind and prepare harder and get sharper. So yeah, I think this interview experience was a great learning experience to me. So yeah, we'll keep on giving interviews, we'll keep on grinding, and yeah, till now I haven't given my HLD round. So while I have given my LLD round, I have given my first LLD round. Let's wait. I might get some opportunity where I might be able to go up to the high level design rounds as well. So yeah, if you found this useful, you can drop a like, and let me know in the comments if you want some specific content on design questions, or if you have any queries regarding this interview experience itself. uh, yeah, that's it. And I can also share my Goldman Sachs interview experience with you. So yeah, let's that might be a thing for the upcoming videos. Okay, so yeah, thank you for watching.